What if the most powerful man on earth was also the most disciplined mind of his time? He ruled an empire stretching across continents. He commanded armies, decided the fate of millions, and lived surrounded by wealth, war, and death. Yet every night, alone in his tent, this emperor wrote reminders, not to control the world, but to control himself. He believed that life had a hidden code, a quiet logic beneath chaos, a rulebook not written for crowds, but for the soul. This is not a story about conquest. This is a story about inner mastery. This is the story of the emperor who decoded the hidden code of life. Lesson 1. A man born into power, searching for meaning. Marcus Aurelius was born in 121 AD, into a world that believed power was the highest form of achievement. Rome was the center of civilization, law, military strength, and culture. To be born into a noble Roman family meant privilege, influence, and an almost guaranteed rise to authority. Yet from the very beginning, Marcus Aurelius showed signs of being different. While other young nobles were trained primarily in rhetoric, politics, and military ambition, Marcus was drawn to questions of character, discipline, and inner order. He would later write, "Begin the morning by saying to yourself, 'Today I shall meet interference, ingratitude, arrogance, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness.' This is not the voice of a carefree prince. This is the voice of a man preparing himself for reality." Rome in Marcus's time. To understand Marcus Aurelius, we must understand his world. Rome ruled millions of people. Slavery was normal. Wars were constant. Plagues wiped out entire cities. Political betrayal was expected. Marcus would become emperor in 161 AD and rule for 19 years, almost all of them marked by military wars on the northern borders, the Antonine Plague, one of the deadliest pandemics in ancient history, economic strain, and social unrest. Yet during these years, Marcus was not writing speeches to impress others. He was writing notes to himself. What we now call meditations was never meant to be published. It was a private journal, written mostly in Greek, during military campaigns, intense, often at night. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This idea alone would later influence modern psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, leadership philosophy, personal development movements. Marcus and Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius did not invent Stoicism. He inherited it. Stoicism was founded by Zeno of Citium, developed by Epictetus, Seneca, and others. Marcus studied Stoic philosophy deeply, especially the teachings of Epictetus, a former slave whose ideas shaped Marcus's worldview profoundly. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Stoicism taught Marcus that virtue is the only true good. External success is fragile. Control lies only within the self. Acceptance is strength, not weakness. Lesson 2. The Inner Citadel. How Marcus Mastered His Mind. While ruling the most powerful empire on earth, Marcus Aurelius believed that the real battle was internal. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This sentence alone could be the foundation of modern personal development. Marcus believed that Suffering is not caused by events. Suffering is caused by judgments. Control your judgment, and you control your life. Daily mental training. Marcus treated philosophy as daily practice, not abstract theory. He reminded himself, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you." This awareness of mortality was not pessimism. It was clarity. He believed that remembering death sharpens focus, removes arrogance, clarifies priorities. Emotional discipline. Unlike modern motivational culture, Marcus did not encourage emotional suppression. He encouraged emotional understanding. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. This is radical responsibility. Marcus acknowledged pain, but refused to let emotions rule him. He wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, I will encounter difficult people today." Why? Because expecting difficulty removes its power. Lesson 3. Stoicism, Society, and the world Marcus lived in. Stoicism was not a fringe philosophy in Rome. It was respected but also misunderstood. Many Romans saw philosophy as impractical, elitist, detached from real life. Marcus proved the opposite. Was philosophy popular among the people? Among ordinary citizens, philosophy was not widely practiced. Survival mattered more than contemplation. Most people followed tradition, religion, or authority. But among intellectuals, statesmen, and leaders, Stoicism was admired, especially for discipline and ethics. Marcus lived at the intersection of power and philosophy, a rare position. Other figures of his time. During Marcus Aurelius's reign, Galen, the famous physician, was active. Lucian of Samosata, a satirist and thinker, wrote critically of society. Christianity was spreading quietly. Greek philosophy was still shaping Roman education. Marcus ruled during a transitionary era. Old Roman traditions were weakening. New belief systems were emerging. Empires were becoming overstretched. Marcus sensed this instability. Everything is ephemeral, both memory and the object of memory. Lesson 4. Why Marcus Aurelius matters today. Marcus Aurelius ruled for 19 years. He died in 180 AD, likely during a military campaign. His death marked the end of the Pax Romana, a long era of relative peace. His son, Commodus, would rule very differently. History remembers Marcus not for conquest, but for character. Why his words still matter. In today's world, we face anxiety, information overload, identity confusion, loss of meaning. Marcus's philosophy offers mental resilience, emotional clarity, ethical grounding. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This line alone challenges modern culture. Marcus and modern life. Marcus teaches us, you don't need perfect conditions to live wisely. You can lead and remain humble. You can suffer and remain dignified. He reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. The emperor who conquered himself. Marcus Aurelius did not seek immortality, yet his thoughts outlived empires. He did not promise happiness. He offered clarity. He did not sell motivation. He practiced discipline. In a world obsessed with control, Marcus taught acceptance. In a world chasing noise, he practiced silence. In a world seeking power, he mastered himself. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. And perhaps that is the final lesson. True power is not domination. True wisdom is not escape. True strength is inner order.